And no, it's not necessarily because you are extremely intimidating. Men don't want to be humiliated. The fear of rejection is absolutely terrible. It's not even about a woman saying no, but it's everything that is attached to that. Whatever insecurities he may have, you saying no may just reinforce the story that he's not rich enough, not tall enough, his body status or whatever it could be. And you may think as a woman, well, what is a big deal if a woman says no to a man? If it was just no, it's not a problem. However, very often that no is also followed by humiliating comments, insults, and the sad truth is that the majority of women at some point rejected a man in a way that was rather humiliating. It was either, who do you think you are that you can talk to me? Don't bother, I'm too good for you. I like to ask this question myself, how I can do better. How can I treat others with more respect? Like this video, if you ever rejected a man in a way that you think, I could have done better. They don't want to be seen as creeps. With all the Me Too movement and all the talks about harassment and how terrible men are and men are rapists, which is such a tiny small group of men. However, this is the story that is being reinforced, and men are even told stay away from women because you may be blamed for these kinds of things. For example, this guy, he changed the gym. Apparently he made a woman feel uncomfortable. Imagine this, you even changing the gym because it's like, oh, someone told at the reception desk that this guy is making me uncomfortable. I don't want to come to this gym. And we know the story, how it goes. Always when it comes to these things, a woman's word is against a man's word. Please don't come hating me saying that, yes, there are a lot of women suffering, being assaulted and all these things. I know it very well, but just remember that it is done by a very small group of men. It's not the majority of men. The majority of men are actually petrified to even look at you, to even make an eye contact. I remember very well, I was working with this guy after I wrote my book for men, How to Get Laid Now. And this guy, he had a porn addiction. And for some reason, he just thought that every time he enters a room, women can actually sense that he is a porn addict. They can see it through his energy, through his body language, the way he carries himself. He was convinced that women can see that. So one of the homeworks that I gave him was every day when you're walking down the street, just make an eye contact with one woman. Whether you are at the university campus, you're walking down the street, you are at the supermarket, make an effort to not even for an entire second, just for a tiny moment, just make an eye contact with a woman. Guess what he told me? He said it was extremely difficult. However, as the time went by, he was able to do that. Firstly, not one eye gaze a day, it was more like one gaze a week, but as the time went by, he was able to do that more comfortably. And then guess what? Later, he said he became so brave that he was able to even make a conversation with a woman that he doesn't know at the library for a few minutes, just a very small talk. You have no idea how much some men are struggling. I know you may be listening to this and thinking, well, what is wrong with this person? We are just women. We are not witches. Are we really that scary? Well, I have news for you. Yes, you are. So next time you're walking down the street, maybe you see someone checking you out. You don't need to marry this person. You don't need to give him your number. You don't need to sleep with him. Just acknowledge him and give a little, what? Is that going to hurt you? You don't know. Maybe this will reinforce something in him and he will have this green light on that, you know what? Maybe women are not as bad as I'm being told by everything around me, and maybe women still want me, and maybe I am an important part of this society. At the moment, the message that a lot of men are getting is saying something else. Another reason men may not be approaching you is because you, my darling, you don't look approachable. It could be your lovely resting bitch face. But it could also be the things that you're wearing. I actually not thought of that, but I was watching this video and this Steven guy, what's his name? Steven something. He was working with this woman. She considers herself a high value woman, very high caliber, all the shebang thing. As he was coaching her, he gave her some advice because she was always complaining that men never approach her. She usually wears these very structured, beautiful blazers, leather pants, looking always very sophisticated, high-end. And he suggested that she purchases a few dresses maybe with floral prints, and he also suggested that she starts wearing color because all her clothes were black. Now the moment she was able to relax her jawline a little bit and instead of maybe do just and she started wearing her floral dresses, he said, well, the results were speaking for themselves. And as I was listening to that, I was like, I've been doing this my whole life, you know. My closet is filled with floral prints, but don't take advice from a woman wearing a fluffy jumper. So next time you are sitting somewhere, don't look at your phone. Next time you are about to grab that takeout coffee, maybe slow down for a little bit, 20 minutes. Just sit down, relax, watch your body language. Are you like this, with your face like that? Or are you maybe looking a bit more relaxed, inviting and approachable? And see what happens. What about you? Tell me in the comments, do you think you look approachable? And if so, when was the last time a man approached you? Another reason why it's almost impossible for a man to approach you is because you are always in a group. You are someone who loves her girlfriends and you actually don't go out anywhere by yourself. Just the thought of going to a restaurant by yourself for a meal or going to a play, a concert by yourself with no one else, it's just like, that is so weird, creepy. Who does that? I do that. I like it. When you are in a group with your girlfriends, you have to understand that they are, what's that phrase? That one. For a man to approach one woman, he needs a lot of courage. The only way for him to come and approach you while you are in a setting with your girlfriends is if he comes and he pays attention to them and he makes friends with them. So then they not going to be like, no, don't waste time with this guy. It is just almost impossible for him to do that. There's going to be only very few guys, very few guys that are able to come and approach a woman. Just during the day, come and say hi, I like you, because that's what it is, right? Someone is coming to say hi to you, a complete stranger. It translates into, I like you, so you can reject me. So if he does that when you are in a setting with your girlfriends, that's 10x rejection. Most men can't do that. The majority of men can't do that. Only very few men will do that. And this could be the reason why even when you are going out, you're not able to meet anyone, because even when you go into the bathroom, you are going with your girlfriend. So how is anyone supposed to come and approach you? You have to make those opportunities. And I think the saddest reason why there is a growing number of men that choose not to approach women is because there is a huge number of men that are choosing to be without women, full stop. They think it's dangerous to involve himself in a relationship. There is a large number of men thinking that they're better off without women, that they're better off focusing on building themselves, their business, their six-pack, instead of focusing their time and energy on meeting women and connecting with women because of the things that they've seen, they've heard, and maybe were exposed by those that they know. They just think it's too dangerous. So what is it we women can do to change that? That's something that I talk about in this video here. Like this video if you're going to be kinder next time a man approaches you. Subscribe, hit notifications for more, and thank you so much for watching.